for that Coke Zero.
All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Hell yeah.
That was hot.
Five, dude.
That was amazing. Welcome back to the podcast. There's a bug on the computer screen. You want to just blow that
Get
off?
that fucker off there. Oh, it's strong.
It's a touch screen, so just don't
Oh my god,
gentle flip.
that's a touch screen.
It's a touch screen.
Ugh.
It's a 2-in-1. It flips completely
What if
around.
I just drag this?
It'll make it come off the screen.
You know you could turn that off, right?
I don't want to.
Yeah, but I use it a lot when I'm doing. Why is it? I didn't realize the soda was overflowing.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Welcome back to what is this? Episode 10 of the podcast.
I think so, yeah.
Yep, we're still with
About that.
Nick.
Yo, what's up?
Link in the description again for him.
Thank you.
Fahim.
Okay. So
I like that too.
okay, but
Look.
I don't know if we told you guys about our plan. If we get big, we want to get sponsorships from off-brand sodas. I think this is in one of the episodes that we lost. We recorded a bunch on the day that episode 6 came out. No, episode 7 came out, and only the first one, the audio recorded. The other 3 we had to wipe, which is why we're having an emergency meeting with Nick replacing Tim.
Yeah,
So,
fuck Tim.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. I hate Tim. He's a terrible
suck.
person. Yeah, Tim, you suck. He responds. He
He's
starts
just on his
yelling
porch.
back.
No, I don't! From a distance.
I'm a great person.
Oh, Joe's right off to yell.
Okay. That was not a no.
That was the
just
mating
you moaning.
call.
That was
Tim.
my. I said
It's just you
no. I
moaning.
said nuh-uh. That was my Tim impression. It was very high pitched, cracky.
You weren't like
just
short
Tim.
though. You should have like squatted so you were his
yeah.
height. But
You're right.
That clearly would have changed his voice.
no, yeah, definitely.
I tried to make my voice sound small.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know,
Man, these days I am getting so tan. Like I
I'm
remember.
still extremely
I
white.
remember I used to be white as hell, but
okay.
like I got Italian blood, so I tend to tan stupid good. Like I'm becoming.
I'm not a
My
vampire,
Italian
so I don't
and
drink
Irish
blood.
balances out, so I don't really burn, but it's
Yeah.
I don't really tan unless.
Well, I
I'm
used to
trying
burn when I was a kid, but I don't burn anymore. I haven't put on
Yeah.
sunscreen in years.
Yeah, I'm Casper's
neither.
cousin. Whiter Casper.
You're,
White-
you're
white
haunting this
spurt.
house with your whiteness.
Yeah. I walk. No, sometimes when it's dark, I walk in a room, and if there was enough light shining at me, I glow like a glow stick.
Nice.
So like, it's a little bit weird sometimes.
You're
I think
not
that
a
might be
friend.
some.
You're a real friendly ghost.
Might be something to do with with that acid I drank. But anyway,
What?
back to back on
tuck
topic.
It
that
has to
in
do
my
with
soul.
that time that you almost died. You know.
Oh, yeah, didn't we already talk about this? Mm-hmm. We'd already talked
Time
about
you
me
almost
dying.
died?
Yeah, the time I was on life support for a week when I was like 1 or something.
Shit, really?
Yeah, I had someone breathing for me. Rode a helicopter. Heard it was a real good. Well, actually, no. My parents told me it kind of sucked because they thought I was gonna die.
What
but
could be good about it?
I rode a helicopter, dude.
Devin
I-
was almost dead.
Yeah, I can brag about.
The
a
only
week on Life
downside is
Alert.
that they did save him.
Yeah, that's
All
kind of the
senior
downfall.
citizens should have life alert. And Devin.
Yes. Yep. No,
I've
but
fallen and I can't get up.
I'm having
So-
respiratory
it's
failure
so
and I
funny.
cannot breathe.
Those
Sucks
commercials
at
don't exist
laundry.
anymore either. Those used to be so old.
There was this one. Have you seen the commercial where it's she's carrying laundry down the steps?
Yeah.
And she falls, and then she's like, "Oh wait, no, I'm mixing 2 together." That
I
one, she
don't-
just is laying on the ground and pushes the button. But
Yeah, that.
there's
That's
another
what
one
it
where
was.
she's walking
With
through
the
like a
laundry
room with
feed.
toys on the ground, and she slips on one and falls on the coffee table and gets impaled. And I'm like, how is Life Alert gonna help her? She has wood through
Are we
her
talking
sh-
like they showed like a
I
legit
didn't even
fatality?
remember that one.
Yeah, it looks like
I
it.
don't remember that.
I
I
didn't remember that one.
Yeah.
I saw it. It might have been a parody.
I
It
gotta
very
find-
possibly
I
could have
wouldn't
been.
doubt
but-
it. It
deserved it.
doesn't sound
But
like
it
something
was-
they'd air on TV.
No, I think it was like a. This is why you should have Life Alert, because something like this could be prevented. But I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know how it's
even
gonna-
anti-smoking
Yeah.
PSAs aren't that graphic.
Dude,
Old
the-
drug.
Oh my gosh, that one.
Yeah, the
that one
freaking-
old watch like don't drive like an dickhead PSA
What?
where he's
I
like
don't. What?
whipping down the street and it keeps cutting between the car whipping down the street and
And a car
around
coming?
curves.
Is it like a PSA for
And-
drunk driving? Or?
and a kid, it might have been drunk driving, and
Huh.
a kid driving his car, and it was like, brr, brr, brr,
God.
and he was on like a class trip, and then it just pans out to the whole class, and his car that was whipping down the street comes flipping through the woods and like crushes
Very nice.
the whole class of elementary schoolers.
If you look
God.
at if
So
you
bad.
look
I
at
just got a
old drug
massive kill streak.
PSAs, like old drug PSAs are just so ridiculous.
Triple kill.
Yeah, like and they used to have celebrities in them too,
Hmm.
like Michael Jordan from McDonald's. He's like,
I'm Michael Jordan.
McDonald's is taking this time to tell you to don't do drugs. He goes,
Stop it. Get some help.
And that become a meme now because of the way he
love that
says it.
meme.
There's another one with Mr. T, and he's got like, I got angry with my kids doing drugs, just turned my stomach, and he has a glass of milk and he straight up crushes it in his hand, and it looks so real.
Oh my
It's
god.
ridiculous.
Mr. T.
They even did Pee Wee Herman way back when. He's like, this
is crack.
and he's got like a little speck of it in his head. I'm not joking. It's 100% real.
This is crack.
And it's Pee Wee
I
Herman.
love it.
Pee Wee Herman
Have
doing
you ever
that.
seen
It's
Pee Wee's
all-
Playhouse? That guy was on something.
That guy was funny as hell, and he took a
Love
time to
Pee Wee
talk about
Herman.
crack, but it was the
Did you
funniest
hear?
thing.
This is slightly
True saint.
ish related. Mr. Bean apparently has a YouTube channel.
Does he really?
Yeah, and he's like
Really?
about to get the diamond play button. I heard.
he's
10
funny.
mil.
He's funny too.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
I didn't know he still did stuff though. Like
I
he's
wasn't aware
still
of that
doing
either.
YouTube videos.
Well,
Like
well, he had like skits.
yeah,
originally.
no, yeah, but on his YouTube channel they're still doing stuff.
Wow.
It's insane.
That's nuts.
It just popped up in my recommend. I was like, why is this here? Because most of the time recommended doesn't make sense. It's always random stuff. I got I don't remember what it was. It was like an advertisement for what was it? Tamagotchi Life.
Oh my God, Tamagotchi.
It's something we almost made a
Tamagotchi, dude.
podcast back when we were doing news just to make fun of it. Remember? But we decided not to.
Yeah.
We were gonna make an episode solely just making fun of everyone related to Tamagotchi Life.
I remember. Wait, Tamagotchi or
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi? Two different things. I think Tamagotchis
know.
were those little things.
Tamagotchis were the little.
What a little
pet
digital
things.
pets you can get.
No,
Tamagotchi is a
Tamagotchi.
game.
Tamagotchi.
Okay, I don't know nearly as much
No,
about
it's
that.
so cringy. They have like these things.
Doesn't like use Mii's or something?
Yeah, no, it's
From Wii or something?
maybe that's not what it was called. I don't know.
Loaded
I'll pull up
I
a video
I
afterwards.
know what Tamagotchi Life is. I've heard of it, but there's also Tamagotchi, which
If
is
I'm-
way older.
Yeah, if I'm
Tamagotchis,
completely wrong, I'll look this up after. If I'm
I
completely
had one.
wrong,
Yeah,
the
you
name
kidding?
of
they
what
were,
I'm
they were
talking
aimed
about.
for girls, but I'm like, why would
Yeah.
you not? They're digital
No, they're
pets.
little pets.
yeah.
It's like Nintendogs, but like
Oh my God,
Prior
I
to
love
Nintendogs.
Nintendogs.
The name of what I mean to be talking about, if I'm completely wrong, is on the screen right now, just so you know.
I think originally before I even had a Tamagotchi, way back when, as a
I
child,
had
I
a
was
slave.
God.
yeah, that's how old I am, Devin. No, way back when I was super into Digimon, and you could get like a Digivice, which is the little the things that they use to digivolve the Digimon, and it was the same thing, a digital Digimon pet that you could keep on there, and if you shook it enough times, like
had a seizure.
well, obviously it was meant to be one of those walking things, but like
Yeah.
5-year-old me didn't understand that. So whenever I'm just casually at home, I would just be shaking in my hand because that's how many steps the Digimon would take, and it would go like to battle and Digivolve and shit, and that's like the same exact thing.
See, I
It's
never really
nuts.
had a Tamagotchi. I would just choose to, or not choose, but I would just forget to feed my real pets until they died.
Oh,
Could a
lovely.
Tamagotchi die?
I think so. I think
I
if
don't
you
remember.
forgot to feed it for long enough,
It just
would
shot
die.
itself. It just,
Or no,
it just-
I think it would just get really sad. Like,
remember
if
they
you don't
make-
feed it and you don't clean it, it would just get
It's
starving.
been 300 days
It just
since you last fed.
spends years. If somebody has a Tamagotchi still that you haven't used in years, check it. Is it dead? Is it alive? Maybe it's just terribly sad.
Do you remember iDogs?
Withering.
Do you remember iDog?
No.
Okay, it was originally
Was
it
that
was
iDubbbz like pet?
No, it was an iHome. Like before the iHome actually existed, they were like portable speakers in the shape of animals, and it originally started off as iDog. I mean, it spanned out to iCat, iFish, and everything shit from there. But iDog was the original, and it was so cool because you plug your music into him, and he was able to like analyze and tell the music from genre, and he had different lights, and his head would move and stuff for
I wanna
different
meet
lights for it,
that
and it was the
one
coolest
idiot.
thing ever. But he could get sick if you didn't like quote unquote feed him music, and he would like whimper, and you could tell because he glows green.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, it's so fucked up.
The
Mom, the
iDog's
iDog is
throwing up
dying
again.
I mean, they crack jokes about that on TV, like Drake and Josh, which is a great show.
Yeah.
Miranda Cosgrove comes in, and she's like, I fell asleep, and now it's dying for 45 minutes, and now it's dying of thirst. And no, sorry, and he's dehydrated. And Drake's like looking at her like he's crazy, like, you know what dehydration means, do you? No. He's dying of thirst. What dies of thirst at 45 minutes? Funniest
I
thing.
want to meet that one idiot that probably bought an iFish and put it in a
water?
fishbowl with
Yeah.
water.
Oh, they're weird looking. They're sort of like skeletal looking because it has to kind of look like a fish.
Yeah.
If you were to Google them up, they're
There's an
They're
image on
relics
screen right now, guys.
of
There
an
you go.
iFish.
Look at that. Whoa.
Yeah.
iFish.
Jesus.
Fish with an eye. Oh, look at that.
Well, again, it was what iHomes originally were. Like you would just, I would carry it around with me. It had a fairly good speaker built into it.
Yo, you want to see my fish? It's in my pocket.
But like, you want to see my pocket dog? Yeah, that's it. There you go. That's the iFish.
Yeah, I mean, just still on screen, just so you know.
And its tail would move back and forth via the music. But the iDog was cute. We can take a look at the iDog.
Did the tail move faster depending on the pace of the music?
I never had an iFish, so I don't know. But
it'd be funny.
I only ever had an iDog.
You're like listening to dubstep, and the tail just like snaps off and goes flying across the room.
Oh, these things!
Yeah,
I remember
you
these.
know what that is.
I remember
There you go.
these.
That's an iDog. I have one.
Yeah.
Still. I have it in my home.
I didn't know what that was.
It's an iDog.
Oh.
Ah!
You guys had to have been like little kids by the time that thing came around.
So, motion to call this episode Nostalgia Attack.
Oh, God, I love
Because,
iDog.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about old things and dogs. Did either of you ever watch Kipper?
Oh, why does
No.
that sound familiar?
I don't
It had like the
recognize
jazzy intro. It was like the dog with the slipper.
Kipper. Oh,
I have no clue.
I
By the
know
way,
the
that's a
name.
toad,
No.
not a frog. It
Yeah,
was
I-
so good, dude. That was
Hold
my
on.
favorite show.
I have no idea.
What was it on, like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network? What
No,
was it?
it was on. I don't even remember. I think it was on like PBS Kids or something.
Oh, I
have
know
no
what
clue.
it is.
I think I'm younger than both.
It's
of you, so-
based off the
watched it on-
books. It's based off the books.
It's based
Yep,
off books.
I know what
I
Kipper
watched
is.
it on VHS.
Uh-huh.
Whenever I went to my grandparents' house to sleep
Yep.
over, my aunt would put the VHS in and I would watch it.
It's insane. I'm what, 2 years younger than you? 1.5?
Well, I would do the
Two, I
same
think.
thing with
Two?
About almost.
And I have no idea what you're talking about. Literally never heard the
Yeah,
name.
I think it's technically before my time. The only reason I ever really watched it was because it was on VHS.
VHS.
Well,
I
there was all
had it,
kinds
yeah.
of old shows that were based off books at the time that were made, like
Yeah.
Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain
The
Bears,
books were great. The show was great. Franklin, the show about the
Franklin,
turtle.
Little Bear.
Little Bear. That was another one of
Five.
books. Winnie the Pooh, even.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
I mean, he's way more memorable though, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bunch of those. Crazy. Clifford.
Clifford the big red dog.
You remember
my man.
Clifford Puppy Days when he was
That
a
was
puppy?
those were dumb. I mean,
It was
even
so dumb,
even
but it was
even
also
like
so
however
funny.
young I was, I could tell that wasn't worth watching.
I know, but I was just a Clifford fanatic, so I would watch it. It was so good. I loved Clifford.
Well, Clifford doesn't love you, so you're gonna have to move on.
There was also a book for like everything he ever did, like
Clifford
Clifford.
learns to wipe.
Clifford goes to space. Clifford 2: The
accidentally
Revenge.
Clifford gets his skin disease taken care of.
Clifford accidentally steps on Emily Elizabeth, like leaving her parents with no choice but to put him down.
It's a long.
No,
It's a lot of words to fit on the book cover.
you know, maybe it'll
It's
just be
just
Clifford's
the
big
whole thing.
accident.
Clifford has worms.
Clifford has words.
Clifford ate
killed
chocolate.
the cat.
Clifford ate chocolate.
No. The vet couldn't
Oh
save Clifford.
shit, that's funny, man. Oh god.
Rest in peace, Clifford, dude.
That's what
They
the thing
should
about
make
those children books though. They could just take like a subject about anything and then make it like, oh, that's what the character's doing today.
Clifford has rabies.
That's how it was for Caillou. Although Caillou, I don't think it was ever a book. I'm
I
pretty
have
sure
no
Caillou
clue.
was just a show. Come
Yeah.
on, that's a show about the cancer.
No,
kid.
I know about the show.
I-
I meant about.
Come on, he's 4 years old and he's bald.
I
That
meant
kid
about-
has cancer.
I meant about the book. I have no clue about there being a book.
I
no.
didn't really ever
No,
read the
Caillou
book.
was not a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there were books, but I think the books were
Came
based
after?
off the show.
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember.
But
I think there were a
Cool.
couple books.
Based on my mother telling me about past stuff, apparently I watched the shit out of that show.
Dude, Caillou was good. Caillou was
I
a
guess.
brat. Watching
No,
it
yeah,
back
yeah,
now, why
yeah.
did our parents let us watch Caillou?
I don't know.
Caillou was such
Caillou
a
should have gotten
brat.
the belt multiple
It was
times.
drawn. It's also drawn like a storybook. Like there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
like the backgrounds are faded white, so it looks like you're looking at book pages.
Caillou was our days, what's it called?
Peppa Pig.
Leah.
Peppa Pig.
I mean, maybe. Leah watched it. Fancy Nancy on
hell is
It's
Fancy
on.
Nancy?
It's
I
a
think Ava's watched
show.
that.
I don't know if it's still running. It was on at least like a year or two ago. It was on. What's it called now? It's not Playhouse Disney. It's Disney Junior now.
Yeah, Disney Junior.
Oh, God.
It was on that.
Disney
she's
Playhouse.
just a
Yeah, I
little.
remember that.
She's a brat. She's like a spoiled brat, and she.
Are you not
stomps
talking about
and throws
Sophia?
tantrums.
The
No,
No,
it's,
no,
it's
isn't that
some
isn't
girl.
that a show about a princess brat too or something?
No, Sophia the First. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never watched it, so-
He is
didn't-
addicted. Joey
I'm not
has a
addicted.
weird obsession.
Leah,
He posts
my
stories
cousin-
on his Snapchat of him
Okay.
just singing the theme song.
Are you
for
like
no
are you
reason.
like secretly a brony except
No,
instead of being
no,
into
it's
MLP
just
you're into
Sophia the
Sophia?
No,
No, dude,
Leah,
I'm
my
trying to just-
baby, she's not really a baby anymore, but my cousin watched Sophia the First a lot, and I'm not gonna lie. lie.
Yeah.
When it was on and she was watching it, if I didn't have something better to do, I would just sit there and watch it. It was for a children's show.
No,
it
yeah,
was
I watched
well
it
written.
too.
Okay,
it
in
was
all
written
fairness,
like the shows when we were kids.
In all fairness, that's exactly what I would do with my sisters because
Mm-hmm.
the way me and my sisters watched TV when we were younger, we had TiVo. And TiVo's not super relevant anymore because nowadays you can record anything. But at the time, it was how you recorded stuff on live TV.
Yeah.
And we would save stuff and we would watch typically a half-hour show, which is what counted. I mean, typically a show back then was like 11 minutes, but counted commercials, which is what the TiVo would record. You could fast forward through. It was roughly a half hour per.
Yeah.
So we would alternate between me, my sister Jess, and my sister Allison. So it'd be like I would watch Ed, Edd n Eddy, which as a child I loved to death.
Yeah.
Then my sister Jess would watch like Hannah Montana, which she loved to death. And then Allison would pick. Allison was like our neutral state because most of the things that she watched, I also watched. Like she loved watching Full House. And I'm like, okay, Full House is awesome. But I didn't like Hannah Montana, but I still didn't want to leave the room because I wanted my next turn. So while I was occupied with something else, my brain is slowly absorbing all the shows that my sister would always love to watch on Disney Channel, which I despise.
I was a Disney Channel kid all the way.
I hated Disney Channel.
Loved
I
it.
when there were so many much more superior cartoons to watch. I was also not into many teen
I
shows.
mean, the Disney
Except Drake and
cartoons
Josh.
weren't great, but like
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Wizards
She
of
loved
Waverly
that
Place
show.
was
I didn't
pretty
watch
good
that.
when it was on.
The Jonas Brothers show, whatever their
Jonas
show was.
okay. I don't remember
know.
a lot of Jonas. That was kind of when I
never
was on
watched
my
it.
way out and I started watching like adult TV and
Yeah.
not Disney Channel
Yeah.
anymore. Other than like Drake and Josh,
Which is Nickelodeon.
yeah, other than like Drake and Josh,
Zoe
and,
101.
I
I watched that.
I watched a little
Zoe
Zoe
101.
101.
I thought she was pretty.
iCarly.
Until I realized she's
and
Britney Spears' sister.
Victorious. Other than Drake and Josh, iCarly, and Victorious, I primarily watched Disney Channel. I didn't really watch.
What did
much
you
Nickelodeon.
watch on Disney Channel that was aimed to men?
Back when I was a kid, I watched the crap out of.
You said Wizards.
I mean, yeah, I would watch Hannah Montana when it was on. 'cause
Why
my
would you
sisters-
watch Hannah Montana?
Because of my sisters.
Okay,
I
never
would
mind.
watch
All
it
right,
when
all
it
right,
was
never mind,
on.
never mind. It's the whole reason I saw it. Never
I
mind. We have sisters.
would watch. I don't even remember. I watched
'Cause there's
Shake
nothing
It Up when
memorable.
it was on because I found Shake It Up funny. I found the male characters in a lot
It's
of
not
the
the
shows to
one
be
from.
very funny.
It's not the one with Demi Lovato.
No, that was Sunny with a Chance. I think. Shake
No,
It
that
Up
was
Zen-
that was trying cocaine or heroin.
Shut up. No, Shake It Up was Zendaya and Bella Thorne.
Shows you how little I know. I don't know who either of those people are.
They're. I mean, Zendaya is okay now. Bella Thorne's a train wreck.
Well, that's what you want to know why the Disney Channel sucks? Because what happens to most of the people that are on there?
Drug addicts.
Yeah,
addicts.
or they fuck their life up.
Yeah.
Look at Miley
No,
Cyrus.
Sweet Life. That's
Yeah.
what I primarily watched.
Okay,
I
see,
watched so much.
I
Sweet
did not
Life as a
mind.
kid.
I did not
loved
mind the
Sweet
original
Life.
Sweet Life. The one that was on deck. That's when I lost
Sweet
interest.
Life on Deck. I
lost interest
didn't
after
watch
that
it. I didn't like it as much, but I still liked it. I watched a lot of Sweet Life.
The guy who was the janitor in that show was a super famous actor. He was really funny. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
But the guy who was the janitor in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the original one, he
Was it Arwen?
or Irwin or something. I don't
yeah.
know, but he was a
Yeah,
funny
he's good.
actor. I can't remember what
Yeah.
he did. Marvel or DC, guys? Where do you stand?
Comics,
Depends
DC,
on-
shows, and movies, Marvel.
Good choice. I
I
mean,
do-
I don't read comics. So I don't
Yeah, I do like the CW, DC shows.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
caught up on like any of them at the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
But from where I was, they're pretty good.
TV shows, I think DC, movies, Marvel.
Yeah.
I haven't really read the comics that much.
That's
so.
fair. Same.
I mean, on a whole, the stories, like, I don't really read all the comics, but the
Yeah.
storylines of the comics
yeah.
that I know about and, like,
Yeah.
the actual stories, I think I prefer DC's heroes and, like, their characters. But I just feel like they almost always fail when they make movies. Short of
They
The
just
Dark
do.
Knight.
Okay, no. I have to stop you there because
I
the
did like...
The Dark Knight, like Batman, is the only DC hero that I like. I don't like the rest of DC just for reasons I'll go into later, but Batman I really enjoy, and his films, even from the very first Tim Burton film way back when, even up to Batman Forever, which is known for being terrible, it's so damn funny.
Yeah.
But I love the Dark Knight trilogy. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
They're so well done.
wasn't a huge fan of Dark Knight Rises. I don't remember most of it.
Well, you remember Heath Ledger, the best man to ever play the Joker?
Or no, it was Dark Knight Returns, I think.
No, there's
Which
three.
one is
There's
the
three of
one?
them. There's Batman Begins,
Batman
which
Begins,
has
Dark Knight,
which
and
has
then
Ra's al
it
Ghul and
was Dark
Scarecrow.
Knight Rises
Dark
was the
Knight,
that I
which
didn't
Two-Face and Joker, and then
The
Dark
one
Knight
with Bane.
Rises with Bane. Yes,
the one with
Dark
Bane
Knight Rises.
wasn't. It's
That's fair.
definitely my least
It
favorite.
didn't hold as strong. That's
I
fair.
loved Dark Knight. Like
Yes,
with Heath
the one with
Ledger.
Joker.
Ledger.
So good.
So good.
We
So
talked
good.
about this in it wasn't the last episode. It was the 2 episodes ago, episode 8
Talk about Batman.
or 7. No,
Just talked
yeah,
about
we were talking about movies in
superhero
general.
movies
The
and
episode's
shows and
called
stuff.
Talking Media. We talk about how like we didn't like certain films and stuff from Marvel. I don't want to get back into it because that was a long bit. But
Yeah, that's fair.
we talk about how much Wonder Woman was a great film.
I
Like,
never
it
saw
was
it.
really
Loved
well
Wonder
made. It
Woman.
was
I
amazing.
wasn't. It was DC.
Wonder
I wasn't
Woman.
interested to
No,
see
yeah.
it. I heard it was good though.
It was
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people didn't
getting a
like
sequel, right?
Aquaman was.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I had no
Aquaman
interest.
Was also
I also had no
okay.
interest to see Aquaman because he's like the biggest
Other than-
loser in DC.
See, that's what I liked. They made him actually.
They made
He's
him
cool in
badass?
He's
movies,
actually like a
yeah.
badass. He's
Okay.
really cool.
Plus, I like Momoa.
Yeah, Jason
I
Momoa.
like the actor, yeah.
I
I-
like what they're going for with the DC EU, whatever they're calling it.
know.
DC's universe, but didn't Justice League bomb? I didn't see that.
Justice
I heard it
League,
wasn't-
I didn't really like it.
I liked
I
it.
heard it was
know
bad.
the
I
reviews
mean,
are
it was
terrible, but I
okay.
liked it.
A lot of them bombed. I feel like Aquaman and Wonder Woman are the 2 good ones, and as they're going along, I feel like they're getting better.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Cyborg didn't get his own standalone film, did he?
Not yet.
No, not
I
yet.
heard
I
they're
think it's
planning
in
on
the
doing
works.
everyone.
Either
And,
that or a
and
show.
Flash,
Flash,
I
I
know
heard
it's
they're
based
gonna be-
off the Netflix series, right? Doesn't
No.
that tie in? Oh,
No,
it doesn't.
It doesn't tie in.
There was,
Okay, because my one
there
buddy
was
said
like
the
a
Flash Netflix
reference.
series is great.
No, yeah, it's
awesome.
amazing.
I love it. That's why I was disappointed. I really like the actor they have as Flash for the show.
Yeah.
I really
Well, he's-
wanted it all to tie
yeah.
in.
Yeah, because I
Well,
saw.
they have references to each other. If you look in some spots,
Do
they
they?
have Easter eggs.
Well, when I saw Suicide Squad, which I was super into seeing because I love Batman
I love
villains,
Suicide
I
Squad.
love that movie. People say it's so about it, but I
was
loved it, and it
iffy on
constantly
it.
made references to like future of what Justice League would come because Justice
Yeah.
League came right after it,
Yeah.
and it was constantly referencing how like we can form a team
Oh.
of good guys or whatever. Because it talked about right when Superman died or something.
Yeah.
Because I never watched any of it, but Superman was supposed to be dead by that point.
Yeah, I didn't really watch. I didn't care that much about.
Neither did I.
Superman.
Well, Superman I hate
He's-
more than anybody.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
I feel like they were
he's
just
a
like,
broken
what?
hero.
Yeah, they're like-
the
Just-
issue
He's overdone.
the issue
gave
when
him
they
too
were
much.
writing him is that they were when comic people wrote him, they'd be like, "Oh, we want to make the perfect kind of superhero there is to stand above everyone else, like Superman, perfect." But his DC universe has also been rewritten since
Yeah.
New 52, and Superman's just done all these insanely impossible feats that just makes him
Yeah, he's
unbeatable.
just-
Like take the most heated discussion of Superman versus Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Now, like they both have very similar backstories of characters and stuff like that, but. And every one of them, it shows Superman beating Goku. I'm like, no shit, he's gonna beat Goku. He's insanely
Yeah, he's
overpowered.
overpowered.
But Superman can never lose.
I think they did a
I
good
mean,
job.
they
And that
limit
makes him
pretty
stupid. That
well
makes
in the
him lame.
movies, but
Yeah.
I just don't. He's not.
think
my
I don't
they
want
did
to
good in
be for a
the-
superhero that's impossible to defeat.
Yeah, the TV
There's no-
show,
there's no
though,
fun
the
about it.
Supergirl show.
The
I think they
Supergirl
do
show,
a good
they
job
do good.
nerfing,
Like,
and making it more.
Yeah, they don't make her
amusing.
insane.
Yeah.
Well,
They don't
is she
make
supposed
her
to be as
insane.
powerful as Superman? I don't know about
Yeah,
Supergirl.
she's supposed
yeah,
to be pretty
and Superman's
much as
in the show
powerful.
sometimes too, but
She's
they
beaten
nerf
him, I
them.
believe, in the comics before.
She's
Like,
her.
almost
She's
more,
her. She's his cousin, I think.
She's
Yeah,
his cousin,
yeah.
yeah, and she's
Kryptonian.
beat him
She's
in the
from Krypton,
comics
too.
before. But they do a very good job at nerfing her powers for the show. where
Well,
she's
Doomsday
not
was able to
insane.
kill Superman, right?
Yeah.
Like, quote unquote, kill him. Supposedly, he didn't legitimately kill him. I don't know the exact
Yeah, he
details.
comes back.
But long story short, Doomsday kicked the shit out of Superman until because you realize, oh, Doomsday can't die and he's immune to whatever you previously killed him with. So Superman has like banished him to the edge of existence or something. I'm like, oh, not even Superman could kill him. He had to banish him to
Yeah.
fucking destroy him, whatever. That's why DC annoys me. They're not keeping track of what the hell they do, and they just like decide to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Marvel has some logic to it that makes some sense.
Yeah, that's why with DC, I
Marvel's-
like
yeah.
the human heroes a lot better.
Which is
love
why I
the-
like Batman.
Yeah.
I love Batman.
Because Batman
I love
is
Green
able to,
Arrow.
yeah.
I
Batman can
love-
take down gods, and he's no superpowers, and he's hella smart. He's beating Superman.
I love
Batman
Flash
works.
because Flash has powers, but his power is just he's fast.
Yeah, but
Like,
and
he's
it's the
still
pride from the
human,
Speed
he's
Force.
not
No,
super
yeah.
strong, and he can't like you can kill him, you can beat the crap out of him. He takes blows.
He has healing properties, I believe.
He
too.
has
I've
healing.
done all the
He
shit.
heals
healing, but there's
fast,
ways
but
to-
it's not like
not like
Wolverine or
instant.
Superman, where
No.
it's like you just cut me and now
And
it
then he
heals
instantly
before your
heals
eyes.
himself, yeah.
He just heals up faster.
It's just like
Yeah,
speedier.
yeah.
And he has limits. Like he can push his limits and he can stretch his limits
Right.
over
Like-
time. But he, especially right at the very beginning of Flash, he had limits. He can't run
Oh, yeah.
for that long. He can't. run as fast. He has
gotta
to build
figure out
up like
different-
an actual speed.
Well, I'm sure that's what he originally
Training.
did via comics. Like there was a point where he's able to run on clouds.
Yeah.
In comics, he could do that, but
Yeah. Superheroes are cool. We're all huge nerds.
damn right.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I'm a tiny nerd. I'm definitely the largest.
Yeah,
person
you're
here,
definitely
so-
tiny. In other
Yeah,
ways, too.
definitely.
Okay. Devin has just the tiniest waist.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Devin's got the
So
tiniest
cute.
nerd out of all of us.
So
We have such big nerds, me and
Okay.
Joe.
All right.
Yeah. Oh God.
Big, massive, thick
Massive
nerds.
meaty nerds.
I don't like this. I don't like where this is going.
Bye guys.
All right.
Bye.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.